Tonight I'm talking with Mark Wright, the author of WaykiWayki and creator of Rebel Outpost. Hello, Mark.
Hi Zanny, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Um, uh, a little bit stressed, but I'm going to calm down now. So, um, yeah, I've been waiting so long to talk with you, and then all of a sudden it's on top of me, and I've been really nervous all day.
Oh, that's really sweet.
um,
I don't bite
how,
sometimes.
how how is it that you got into the flat Earth itself?
Well,
What was it that piqued your interest?
I was like, I've been blogging and writing for years, and I was sort of going to chill out, and stop, just do more blogs, more less frequently, and sort of work the land and live in nature and just chill out, sort of thing. And but then I've been in touch with Eric for years, Eric DeVay, and he started talking to me about flat Earth. This was about a year ago, just over a year ago, and I said he was crazy, and he sent me his book. This was before it was released, and I had a look at it, and I still thought it was crazy. And I thought I'd spend a few nights debunking it, and a few nights turned into a few weeks, and then I started researching other flat Earth information, and I was sort of in a spin on my own for like a month or two, no one to talk to really, and then I sort of carried on researching until I got some problems with like the stars and the sun. Then I overcome them and I've become like, yeah, the Earth's flat. And then I started writing my own blogs and making my own videos sort of last November. It was really Eric's book that was the first snowball, really, the first ball pushed off the mountain. This is what got me into it, I think.
Yeah, I think once you've looked at all that evidence, it's really difficult to shake it off, and go back to, oh, it's just a ball, because it just the information's just so strong, it just keeps
Yeah.
pulling you back.
And this sort of 2, 3 months washing machine, I was like, one day I'll be like 80% is flat, then I'll go back to 60%. Then one day I'd wake up and go, no, I'm crazy. Of course it's a ball. And I was like jumping around between 49% and 99% for like 2 or 3 months until I finally sort of cracked it. And I was like, yeah, yeah, it's flat.
How
But it also
how
linked, sorry, it also links to some dream puzzles I had like 7 years ago. I did a 100-day retreat with a mystic, and I had these dreams I couldn't work out. They were sort of like eggs cracking or balls puncturing, and a lot of discs like bicycle wheels. Or these dreams were showed to me so many different ways, about 30 different ways, and I'm 100% sure they were showing me flat Earth, and that was
wow,
my awakening to flat Earth as well.
yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you doing before that? Because
um,
I've got that you were quite interested in astrology.
yeah, I've been doing astrology a few years. I'd like to come on to that a bit later if possible, because I'm looking at that from a flat Earth perspective. I've
Yes.
just finished writing a book which is sort of shamanic short stories. And I suppose I just finished that. And I was doing regular blogs, like 2 or 3 a month, about, I don't know, shootings, fake media, free man, symbolism, truth. Just doing that sort of conveyor belt, sort of truth movement, conspiracy sort of stuff before the Flat Earth came along.
Because I came across your blog when I was into flat Earth research,
Mm.
um, and I really enjoyed it because it's very clear. You don't go off on any silly tangents or anything. Keep everything simple.
Mm.
Um, and also the video that you did, flat Earth theorized and simplified.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always send people to that video. When they're just getting into flat Earth and they want some basic information, because it's really it's really good at explaining everything, puts
Well,
everything into
thank you.
perspective.
Yeah, it was sort of like thinking if someone had never come across Flat Earth before, or like a 12-year-old, so it's sort of accessible to a big range of people, and sort of
Yeah,
like give them a few very high level, well, bullet points, summaries, without going too technical or too deep into one subject, just sort of summarizing all the subjects in a very light way, so people get the idea of the Flat Earth theory. Yeah, it's gone kind of viral, that video.
yeah.
Now getting completely trolled. Like every day, about 20 trollers are on there.
Is it?
Yeah, I know they're trolls because they've got no avatar, no playlists, no YouTube friends, no subscriptions, no videos uploaded, just brand new accounts.
And
And
they're
they
just
just, yeah,
trolling funny videos.
yeah. And then I block them, and then another lot of them come in. No avatar, no subscriptions. And they just come in and troll the video, saying this guy's crazy. If anyone puts like a half decent comment on the video, they'll troll that person who's made the comment. Yeah, it's quite intense.
Wow. It's like there is kind of a, a fight going on at the moment. Um, with
Yeah,
a flat earth community because people become very proactive in the things that they're doing. Like a while ago, people were afraid to talk about it, and because it gets quite a strong reaction from people. But now people are a little less concerned with what other people think, and people are making T-shirts and doing artwork and posting, funny things on the wall. Um, so I don't know where I was going. I've lost my train of thought.
it's just getting
um,
infighting, isn't there? I think things have calmed down. There's not so much infighting anymore. People are just doing their own thing, aren't they?
yeah.
Which is good.
Um, yeah, I think we were talking about trolls, yeah, and it has kind of increased in intensity. The trolls, I mean, not infighting.
Yeah,
But then there was this thing on Sunday, um, which was kind of a large effort from people going to NASA
yeah,
pages and asking, simple questions that they never explain, never have answers for.
yeah,
So and there's been some backlash from that because some people have had their accounts closed down, or the whole day they couldn't comment on things
yeah.
or
I
or like things.
I got blocked from as an astronaut, an English guy called Tim Peake, the European Space Agency. I went in there with a few people asking him questions. He actually said on his Facebook, ask me questions about my astronaut life, and it will go on a BBC Horizon program. And me and a few others went in there and asked him questions, and we all got blocked. And the comments
Um,
got turned off. So there's
yeah,
like a cyber war going on. The trolls are attacking the flat Earth YouTube videos, and a lot of the flat earthers are attacking the NASA. So it's sort of this weird futuristic cyber warfare going on.
yeah. Lots of Jedi powers
Yeah,
and things.
Jedi against the Sith.
what there's a few different models of flat Earth that are popular with people. What
Yeah,
model of the flat Earth suits you best?
I'm
Do you think it's most natural or?
I'm more with the dome theory these days for a few reasons. One is all meteorites are pretty much the same compounds. They all have metal in them. Nickel and cobalt are very strong metals that are also malleable. Also, if it's an infinite plane or there's other lands, then if there's other land, there's got to be another sun somewhere.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, because once you go a few hundred miles past the ice rim, it's obviously going to get super, super cold because of lack of sun, lack of heat. Also, with a lot of sacred scriptures, that adds to the dome theory as well. It just seems like very much domey, but it could be like you're never going to know because it's like a mental creation and you can't ever get to these edges, whether it's up or to the sides. A human can't ever get to these edges because that's maybe in the divine creation, you know?
hmm.
We have to just revel in the mystery. There are a lot of rational people in the flat Earth world, and they need science all the time.
Yeah,
Sometimes we just have to revel in the mystery, and that's okay.
yeah, that's good. I can revel in a bit of mystery. I don't need it all.
Hmm. But I'm open to different models and different theories. I'm quite open to people speculating. I think it's healthy.
Yeah, I think I see it more. Like have you heard Kevin Hobby's song? His
I
Flat
can't
Earth
recall
song.
it off the top of my head.
Well, he says something, but a big domed atmosphere, and that's kind of how I would see it.
Yeah.
I think. Like I don't think I can see any physical construct. You know, some people
Mm.
say glass dome or a metal dome or something, but that's just how I see it in my mind. But
Yeah, it's very interesting what's going on above us, how far away the stars are. It's very interesting.
how far away do you think they are?
I think the stars are between 3,000 and 7,000 miles away.
So not
I don't think they're
billions
very
of
far.
light
I don't,
years away.
I don't think they're very big. For instance, okay, the sun's around 30 miles wide. Venus goes in front of the sun and looks real small. Mercury goes in front of the sun more often than Venus and looks really small. So that
Yeah,
makes Mercury and Venus around, what, a few hundred yards or half a mile wide.
yeah,
So I just don't think the stars are that big.
no. And what do you think they are? Like,
This is something I'm hoping to look at in December and get a video out. I've
yeah,
been collating, looking like secret squirrel, grabbing lots of information on the stars. I'm hoping to do some work in December sometime on this. They're definitely some form of intelligence, part of the divine clockwork, so to speak, or astrological clockwork. But they actually look a bit like geometric intelligence. When you actually, there are some really smart people filming them at the moment, putting their videos online, and they just look like geometric intelligence. I think it's the only thing we can categorically say. I can categorically say at the moment.
yeah. When you look at the natural world around us, the plants and trees and the animals, I see intelligent life and some kind of intelligence in all of it.
Yeah.
So in that respect, you would expect there to be some kind of intelligence in the stars
Yes.
and the other bodies in the sky.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I feel
astrologically,
like we have an
sorry,
influence on. Sorry, Mark, what did you say?
it's quite hard to put into words, but astrologically, one could look at the stars as like a divine clockwork that allow different energies to come down to this earth. Say Mars is in front of Leo, or Mars, do you believe astrology or not? It does. Also, the the clockwork above us, stars and wandering stars, which are known as planets, their different combinations and movements could allow for different soul types to be born. So, say someone's got to learn something so I believe in reincarnation. Say someone's got to learn something in their next life or this life, they'll be born at a certain time where the energies in the divine clockwork above us will allow for those talents to be within that soul matrix. It's kind of complex, but I sort of see the stars in an astrological way like that. So they're sort of giving us different rays of energy at different times. And every day the stars and planets are doing different combinations. It's almost impossible to have exactly the same combination of what's going on around us. That's coming from an
Um,
astrological angle.
yeah. So in that sense, the heavenly bodies definitely do have an influence on us.
Yeah, sure. And our controllers know this. They start all the wars with generally with Mars pretty highly aspected to Aries, or a lot of Aries energy. They like to start wars and invasions. So what they do in the media, they make astrology look silly with Mystic Meg and horoscopes, but there is actually a science to it, which the old alchemists knew. So it's sort of pushing us the wrong way. So I see the stars as being a part of a clockwork that allow for different energies and different intelligences to come to this planet in different rays. So I sort of see it like that. So I'm trying to merge what are the stars doing with astrology a little bit. But I don't have time to really look into that at the moment, but it's on my flat earth list, so to speak.
On your to-do list. Oh, that's good. One thing I really want to talk about is your Rebel Outpost and
Yeah.
how you came up with that.
It sort of came to us really. It's been an amazing journey. I was doing a chat online and then Matrix Decode was on the chat as well, and someone said he was in Spain. And I messaged him in the chat and I said, "Where are you in Spain, mate?" He was 2 miles away from where I was. It was real synchronicity. So we met up and we like chatted for 7, 8 hours, hit it off, and we had an idea to do stuff on the streets, like do some filming. And we started sharing ideas, and it was like amazing. He could sort of see how I work creatively, and I could see how he worked creatively, and the synergy just really worked. And we just came up with tons of ideas and worked really well together, and just started filming. And it went from there.
It's been really successful. I love it personally. I think it's
Episode three is in development. It's designed, and it's just going to blow episode 1 and 2 away. I mean, episode 3 is unbelievable. And I don't want that to come across as ego-y, but episode 3 is just going to be so epic.
No, I look forward to it. I showed my husband today at Rebel Outpost, and he said, "At last, this is just what the Flat Earth movement needed." And he's
totally. I mean, even the truth movement is so many people are so up their own arse. It's so stiff. There's a lot of white shadow, people acting like they're super perfect. So we want to add in something that's funny, a little edgy, politically incorrect, a little twisted, and something that's like just captures something within people and just has a laugh, it makes people laugh.
Yeah, definitely. It's really creative and it's very funny, and people should watch that Flat Earth Rebel Outpost on YouTube.
Yeah, or join the Facebook group. We've got a Facebook group now on the go, Flat Earth Rebel Outpost. Yeah, we're really loving it. We've got more. We've got so many ideas. Our heads are probably in episode 4 or 5 at the moment. We've just got loads of ideas. The problem's time and logistics.
Can you tell me how Monkey is? Is he okay?
He's actually sitting right next to me because I'm going to be with Matrix Decode tomorrow, and Monkey's coming with me.
Oh, so he does make it to episode 3?
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Monkey's great. Yeah, he's really happy at the moment. I love Monkey. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's great. Where could someone get a bit of ninja training, Mark?
Well, it'd be quite cool if anyone's doing any Flat Earth Ninja activism to send us any videos, and I'm sure we'll put them in the show.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, but ninja training, I mean, we'd have to vet you because Rebel Outpost is a very secret location.
Okay.
What did you like best, Danny? What character or what sort of part of the show did you like?
Well, I I really liked it when Flat Earth Ninja was trying to stick a sticker on the rock and kept tripping on.
I tripped up. That was awesome. It was so good.
And
we'd like to
when you was having a little drink, I thought that was taking the piss to a new level.
What bit, Danny?
When you was having a drink.
Yeah, taking the piss.
Yeah, no, I like it all actually. I think it's so funny. Flat Earth Hospital as well. That cracks me up.
Everyone can sort of relate to Flat Earth Hospital and Flat Earth Ninja because Flat Earth Hospital, we've all gone a bit crazy with it. And we all know someone who's going a bit crazy as well.
Yeah.
We also know loads of globe heads who are like, they're a bit crazy because they're crazy. So Flat Earth Hospital is a really funny sort of character that can go just run and run. Same with the Flat Earth Ninjas. You can just run and there's miles and miles in them, you know.
Yeah.
You just do like a zillion episodes and it'll probably still have something funny in there.
Oh. Oh.
There's a new character coming to episode 3, but I can't tell you what it is. But it's going to be, I think it's probably the best yet.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. When's episode 3 going to be ready, Mark?
We're aiming for next Friday, but I can't personally. I can't see it. It'll probably be sometime around, not before next Friday, that's for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get some popcorn and look forward to that.
Yeah, it's great. People are enjoying it. I mean, the amount of time, for the amount of filming we do, there's so much footage where we're just absolutely wetting ourselves laughing, and we just mess up what we're trying to do because we're laughing. We might do a bloopers thing or something.
Yeah, you'll have to have an outtakes one.
Yeah, yeah, and we've probably got loads more outtakes next with decent footage.
You mentioned something interesting in your blog. I was reading about transhumanism and
Yeah.
how it's being pushed at the moment and a possible link to flat Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, transhumanism is something I looked into deeply before. It's something I was looking at in many blogs for a year or two before Flat Earth, and I wrote a book which is sort of a big message against transhumanism. Yeah, because if you believe you're just a random monkey being on a planet, one of billions of planets, and you're only here for one life, and it's all kind of random, and when you die, it's just nothing. You're more inclined to like sticks and chips in your head, you know?
Yeah,
And what this is that technology is not the problem, it's who's controlling it. And there's some quite dark people controlling technology, and they're sort of looking for an omnipresence. They want to just control and slave everyone up, a bit like 1984, Brave New World. You know, these sort of pieces of literature were warnings for people in the know. So the transhumanism thing sort of only really works with a globe model. It doesn't really work too well with a flat Earth model. It works less with the flat Earth model. People are less inclined to stick like chips in themselves, and that's what I feel.
yeah, because um, it's kind of close to that at the moment. I know in Stockholm they are running an experiment at the moment with a large company there. They've got 700 employees, and I think about well, I don't know what percent have volunteered to test on these chips in the hands.
Yeah, I will tell you, Sweden is the test bed for transhumanism, and
It's
I know it certainly is. I mean, you know, Swish. Everyone's using Swish in Sweden, aren't they?
yeah,
Paperless money. Everyone's doing it on their phones.
yeah.
Also
It,
in Sweden, I think you can go online and look at how much tax everyone pays, how much people earn. Everything's open and electronic.
there's absolutely no undercover in Sweden. Like I
Yeah,
can't even go to the video shop and hire a video without it going to on my personal number and then being, going to some kind of library somewhere.
yeah. I can assure you, Sweden is the test bed. It's like England's the test bed for Big Brother, and Sweden's the test bed for transhumanism. China's sort of the test bed for brainwashing. I mean, different. They use different parts of the world for different experiments. You know,
Yeah,
the way it works.
I could definitely feel a different energy when I came here. Um, I don't really know how to explain it, but um, it's kind of like living on a giant set of the Stepford Wives.
Yeah, yeah. I know
You know, the
Sweden.
cardboard cutout of everybody else, and everybody does the same, and everybody thinks the same, and no, everybody follows the rules. Nobody questions anything, and
Yeah,
it's
I know
really
someone.
scary, actually.
I know someone with a small business in Sweden and they needed some help. I said, well, just grab a guy from college and pay him cash in hand. And he said, no way, you get killed. I mean, in Sweden, you have to, even just getting a young lad working on a Saturday, he's got to have health and safety, insurance, tax. I mean, it's crazy.
yeah, it's potty. It really is.
Yeah, it's a test bed. It's a test bed for sure.
Sure.
You know,
But
I knew.
people don't.
Sorry.
I was just going to say people don't seem so concerned with it. You know, they
No,
just.
I know some anarchists and bits and they thought it was good. They were like, oh, it's good that everything's transparent. We can see what all the rich people are earning. We can see it all online. It's a good thing. These were anarchists.
Yeah.
I was scared, you know. I was like, wow.
No, people are very much in love with the system here,
Yeah,
and yeah, we protect it definitely.
yeah, for sure.
I think the biggest way that they've done it, I don't want to spend too long talking about it, but is they start with the children at 12 months old in daycare for like 20 hours a week. That's the norm, like for every child. Um, and so they go off to this place with strangers and spend the best part of the week with them, and they just learn to be cold and critical, and cooperative.
Yeah, I know the energy in Sweden quite well, and for me, it's a little scary. It's a beautiful country.
It is.
This is a bit scary for me.
Um, and another thing also that was in the same blog was you were talking about how Facebook has changed recently,
Yeah,
how we can all see each other's activity on there, um, you know, and there's no privacy there at all
yeah.
now. Like, people can see when you've been online, how long you was on for, what device you were using.
Yeah, this is really toxic, and they do this really slowly. They just bring a new thing in every month, like seen whether someone's seen a message, like you read a message, the other person knows that you've read it. That's kind of weird. That's a real invasion of privacy. Also, the green light thing's kind of invasion of privacy as well. Like, who else's business is it when you're online or not? And also, they're going really hard on real names at the moment. People have to use their real names, and they're banning people from Facebook, and they're asking for like ID and passports to prove your name. So in about 4 or 5 years, you look at these teenagers, they're going to get to 15, 16, go on Facebook. They're going to need passport, address. This is just a massive control trip.
Yeah.
CIA are just loving it. And the whole selfie thing's like probably a CIA experiment as well. They just start promoting the selfie thing. Everyone's doing all the selfies, and the CIA are loving it.
Everyone's just handing the personal information over
Yeah.
without even thought. It is really funny because, you know, the children of today are going to be used to this kind of behaviour, and it's not going to be even a second thought to them. It's only if you're over a certain age and you remember how it used to be that it seems a little strange, and so that's really frightening in a way.
It's really frightening. I know some children in England who are, 12, 11, and they're plugged in. They're plugged into the electronic world, at a young age. They don't know any different. Yeah, it's scary. It's super scary. I mean, if things don't change in 5, 10 years, they're going to wipe out the whole truth movement online somehow. They'll try.
Yeah, I've heard a few people, saying that they surf the net a different way these days. I don't know how to do it, but it does seem like they're going to lock it down somehow. And they have been tightening the security, the spy book.
Yeah, yeah. And Google, I mean, a lot of things are Googleified. I mean, we're on Google now. They've monopolized the internet, really.
Yeah, they have. And
Yeah.
one thing I don't like about Google is if you have more than one device, they all sync up together. So if I get an email, someone else can read it. Someone else in the house can just read it because it flashes up on all the devices.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Because in a year or a few years, it's going to be like the person who's hiding stuff. The sheep are going to be like, why are you hiding stuff? Everything should be open. like your relationships, what you're doing, where you're going, your location, everything. They want everything like omnipresence. It's a fake. Yeah, they're just after like an omnipresence, a techno-fascist omnipresence.
Yeah, it's frightening, and we seem to be rushing towards that at the moment. Do you see any way out of that, or do you think that's just the way we have to go?
Oh, it's tricky. There are always ways out, but the current evolution trajectory is heading that way. The only things that could change that is a mass awakening, which, well, Flat Earth is pretty much a mass awakening. There's still only what, a few 100 million, couple of 100 million, but it could be like a cataclysmic event, like something natural, like a natural. I don't call it a natural disaster because it's not really a disaster. It's just a natural event. A natural event could change people's consciousness. Some act of martyrdom. Someone could do something really epic that could really change the system. It only a big event like that could change things because they've got it all tied up. The TV, all the kids are going to school. They're plugged in. TV's on. You know, they've got the military. They've got the banks. They've got everything sewn up.
Yeah, it does feel that way, doesn't it? I think, yeah, everyone needs to throw out the TVs. Um, I say that, but then I couldn't get rid of the internet. I would be lost without connecting to other people.
Yeah.
But there is a lesson in that, isn't there? And that's you should really try and get outside and connect to other people, um, and talk to real people, I suppose.
But it's hard because a lot of people, as you know, online, they've got a lot of people, and I speak to a lot of people like this. They've got no like-minded people around them.
Yeah.
And this is really hard for people. Their
That,
families are like, whoa, they're mentally miles away, even though the families are close, maybe in the same house, but mentally they're miles away, even the people's husbands and wives. I'm hearing all sorts of like, these people are just miles away from where I am. The frequency of these humans are just light years away, even though they're in the same room. The human vessels are close together. The frequencies of the two humans are light years away.
how do we get on the same frequency as everybody?
I don't know. Maybe it's not supposed to be that way. Maybe it's supposed to be a big mess, a big mix. Maybe it's just some people have waken up early, and maybe it's another 2 generations away. Maybe it's
Yeah.
like this.
It, the like you said, the flat Earth awakening has been very fast. I think.
Yeah, it's been pretty big. I mean, I don't know the numbers. I don't know the amount of videos on YouTube, but it's got to be in the hundreds of thousands. It's just gone boom. I mean, it's crossed. There are all different people from all walks of life who are interested in flat Earth. Whereas with, say, 9/11, London bombings, banking lies, there's a certain type of person interested in that. But with the flat Earth, it crosses all genres. There could be like a guy with an office job, or a family guy, or an anarchist. Just all sorts of different people are interested in flat Earth, and that's what gives it a lot of strength.
Yeah, because the one thing that we've all got in common is this place that we live on.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
it's the most common ground.
and I think that's sorry, Mark. I think that's why it is such a well protected secret. So much effort goes into the brainwashing of every person on the planet, on the plane, is because it does connect people back to the earth itself, and people become more spiritual. They become kind-hearted. I feel I've met a lot of people that feel that way.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree. People are becoming more spiritual, more self-aware, and they're just generally seeing their life as a little bit more sacred. and treating people better. And that's really powerful. And that's probably why they're spending, 8 billion, the European Space Agency is around 5 billion euros, spending all these billions of dollars, euros, whatever, on this propaganda lie. The space station is what was a massive load of bullshit. I
Yeah,
mean, NASA are really going for it now. They're talking about Mars every day. Hollywood just brought out The Martian. I mean, they're really trying to up their game.
yeah, they're bombarding us with new things every week.
It's every week. It's relentless. I mean, this was this alien megastructure seen in faraway galaxy. I mean, and people believe it. I mean, and they call us crazy. I mean, people believe this nonsense.
Yeah, like they know what's under the crust on Pluto from God knows how many billion miles away.
It's just madness.
They know what's under the crust by looking through a telescope. Even it's like
It
there's
sort of
no
feels like it feels like we're in some sort of movie. We sort of realize this truth, and like the whole world's locked down with this crazy lie, and it's like, and there's agents and trolls. It's like a film. It's very,
Yeah,
very strange, very surreal.
yeah, you're right. It is very surreal. But it does definitely make people more thoughtful and more spiritual. I was reading your blog as I do, um, and you did say something about that, about why they cut us off from ourselves basically, um, to make us feel unimportant
Yeah, sure. Because
because of an accident.
for sure, it just drained, and also with that as well, with the kids at school, 5, 6, 7 years old, they hit them with, "Oh, you come from sea bacteria, turned into dinosaurs, turned into monkeys, turned into you." And you hit a 5, 6, 7 year old with that, and then you hit them with this like multiple planets, random Big Bang nonsense. That's like really deep mind control at that age because the brain's so open and so spongy at that age. So
Yeah,
they're really basically taking away people's sacredness and sense of pure selfhood. And this is kind of dark, stroke, satanic, kind of really not very nice sort of thing to be doing.
yeah. I think Eric Dubay said they beat the divinity out of us.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
true.
and
Really.
I mean, that kind of mind control is very traumatic for people to go through, and I don't think people realise that they've been through this trauma, where they've had the minds rearranged and reordered with everything that they learn in school.
Yeah. And isn't it interesting how all the scientists, not all, let's say 99% of the scientists, astrophysicists, the gatekeepers of the Bohr model, shall we say, they're all very rigid atheists. None of them will go and do a fast or retreat or meditate daily or have some sort of spiritual practice in the morning when they wake up. So all these sort of gatekeepers of the Bohr model are very robotic, very logical thinkers, and they're very atheistic. And there's a big key in that.
Yeah, there's definitely a connection there. Um, and yeah, the scientists, the people that have spent the longest in the education system are the ones that really struggle to let go of it. They really want to hold on to their
Yeah,
qualifications. They cannot believe that what they've been taught maybe isn't quite how it is.
totally. These people, they've been told, read these books and have an exam, which isn't really an exam, it's a memory test. Can you recite what you read in the books we told you to read? Then they read, then they pass. They say you're clever because you can basically parrot the books you read. Then they go to university or do a PhD, and they just give them more books and say recite them in a memory test. A nonsensical system of mind control, really.
those exams that they take and the qualifications and the pieces of paper. I mean, I went back to school and I was doing a double A level not so long ago, and it was all multiple choice. So you
Yeah,
don't even have to think. You don't even have to revise because as soon as
yeah,
you see the familiar word, it brings it back to your memory. You're not even searching your memory bank or anything. So, I mean, what's that?
you just broke up a little bit there, Zanny.
Yes, it's just um, repeat and
Yep,
learn
and then
and repeat.
these people who pass all these sort of exams, they're the ones who get the funding and they get the nice house and they get the nice car and they get the holiday, the all-inclusive holidays. They're the ones that sit at the top of the capitalistic model. They're the ones who are successful in that capitalistic world. They can go out and buy all their crap on a Saturday, and everyone will say, "Oh, aren't they successful and clever?" It's just all back to front.
Yeah, the world's upside down and on its head.
Back to front, round the wrong way.
Who,
Where do
somebody
you,
said, sorry.
sorry, yeah, sound issues. Where do you see the flat Earth movement going, Danny, in the next few years?
Well, in the near future, I see a lot more groups popping up and a lot more people becoming involved online. And I think there's going to be a lot more creativity. It seems to be, a lot of people are writing songs and poetry. You've got your comedy. Um, so that's kind of short term. I think long term, I, I see this getting into kind of teenage culture. I,
Yeah,
I think that's going to be the next big kind of drop off or spring step, should I say?
yeah.
I think because I think if someone at 15 or something gets hold of one of those YouTube videos and it just clicks,
Yeah,
I think it could go viral, like super
yeah.
viral.
Yeah, if the school kids, like 15, 16-year-olds, get wind of it, then we'll be looking at some big changes. I don't think the mainstream are going to let it in, are they? Like Fox, CNN, BBC, they'll go to the ends, won't they? They'll just deny it and not let it in.
Yeah, in 50 years' time, when no one's listening to governments and people have moved on, those channels will still be on the TV, but people just won't be buying TVs anymore. Like they'll still be trying to sell the
Yeah. So
stupid
then,
model. Yeah,
it's very interesting times. Like the next 5, 10 years is going to be very, very interesting.
yeah, I think so.
I also think from the flat Earth research, it does look like, geology, a lot of that's a lie, archaeology, a lot of that's a lie, history, the timeline. I mean, it's like everything's up for grabs again.
Yeah, it's like we can kind of start afresh.
Yeah, blank canvas.
Yeah,
Just,
relearn everything. There's a lot of mystery and wonder again.
yeah,
Um, everything. I mean, I for a long time believed in evolution and thought that I came from a monkey. Um, and that's just ridiculous.
yeah.
There's
I
not,
mean,
there's
monkey
no
thought the same thing,
that
and
at all.
monkey thought the same thing, and he jumped in the pond, tried to take his own life. Yeah,
Oh, bless him.
it's really interesting. I love it. I love the fact I think it just creates so much wonder and imagination. And it's anti-deception. It just ticks all the boxes for me. I find it very stimulating.
I actually saw a good video the other day, a YouTube channel called Orphan Red, and it's this young woman ex explaining how you can measure the distance of the sun using equilateral triangles,
I saw that.
and it just is so simple, I think that video is going to go viral.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a great video.
it's a great video. She was really funny.
She was really funny, and she put a point across so well. Um, because obviously, I'll just explain it quickly for anyone that's going to be listening. Equilateral triangles, all the angles are 60 degrees, and the distance of all three sides are equal. So you can measure the distance of things using just two angles or two distances and one angle because you know what the others are going to be. So obviously, if you're going to measure the distance of the sun when it's at 60 degrees in the sky, and we know the sun's 93 million miles away, then the distance between the two observers needs to be 93 million miles, and there are no points, 2 points on the plane that are 93 million miles away from each other. So it's just like, it's, yeah, so obvious.
Yeah, it was really smart. I really liked it. First, I thought she was mucking around, and then she was like being really clever. She was like mucking around, and then she was being really clever. Then mucking around and being really clever. I really liked her style. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, so I look forward to some more of those videos if she continues making them.
Yeah, there's so many different diverse productions in the flat Earth world. Like on YouTube, there's like, and it's good because like some people I like watching their stuff, other videos not so much. But another person will like these guys. So much choice out there, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah. There's all different
Style.
strokes. Yeah, there's different things for everybody. Um, I'm going to change the subject
Yeah.
because I want to talk about the moon, the the wonderful moon,
Yeah.
um, because I've learned so much about the moon since I discovered the flat Earth, that I'd either never thought about or just never given much thought to, and it's really a wonderful thing in the sky. What do you think the moon is? How do you think it works?
Well, I wrote a book on the moon called Flat Earth Advanced the Moon, and I
Yeah,
did like 10 chapters in there. Um, wow, well, I believe it's flat. I believe it's close. I believe it lights itself. I believe it delights itself. So when it waxes, it does it itself. When it wanes, it does it itself. I did some chapters on the eclipses, which would be too complex and too long to talk about now. But I basically explained the lunar eclipse is not Rahu or Ketu or a black sun, and I believe I proved reasons why it can't be, and I believe it does it itself. I believe the moon on a lunar eclipse does like a whole phase in like an hour because of its perfect geometry to the sun at that time, because it's a full moon. Well, I talk through baby steps to get into this notion. That's my battery getting low.
oh,
Right, I've also got a thesis in that book, the last 2 chapters, where I've theorized that it's possible that the moon could be an old malfunctioning sun. This is based on a lot of ancient myth. So yeah, the moon was something I was looking at for 2 months solidly, and the book's had thousands of readers, and no one's debunked it yet. So if any listeners are interested in the moon, have a look at. It's a free ebook I wrote, and download it and have a little look, and let me know what you think.
yeah. So they can find that on your blog
Wakey,
site at
yeah,
WaykiWayki,
WaykiWayki.com.
and it's a free e-moon book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a really fun study to do that. The moon is
Yeah,
one of the hardest things in the flat Earth model to get your head around. It really is.
because the sun's a lot more predictable. We know where it's going to be at certain times each morning. And uh, my first discovery of the moon was that it's if it's south at 10 p.m. one night, the next night it's going to be some degrees east of that at the same
Yeah.
time.
Basically, the sun takes 24 hours to go around once on the flat Earth, but the moon takes around 25 hours. It's like a bit slower.
And doesn't it kind of walk in and out also?
Sorry, say that again, Zanny.
Does the moon walk in and out?
Walk, did you say?
Yeah, not with its legs, but you know, because sometimes it's really high in the sky, sometimes it's really close, sometimes it's, you know, really,
Um,
sometimes it's really far away.
this is like the ecliptic of in the ball model we have the ecliptic. We could probably still use that word and just say the sun's trajectory. The moon follows the sun's trajectory, but it sort of doesn't do it too well. It goes out from that 5%. 5% this side of the trajectory and 5% the other side of the sun's trajectory. When it crosses the sun's trajectory, this is what creates the nodes. And I explained in my book that I've called these flat Earth nodes just to create a difference between the Bohr model's concept of moon nodes. So it's like it does vary the moon a little bit, but it still hugs the sun's trajectory quite closely. There's a 5% discrepancy on it.
Okay.
But the moon is still a very mystical beast. It really is a mystical one. It does have a lot of. It's a tough nut to crack. And I believe I had a good go at it, and I've yet to be debunked or made to look stupid. No one's come up to me and said, "Oh, that book you wrote, I can just prove it wrong." ABC. No one's done that.
No, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
I'm happy to be proved wrong, but I just felt in the flat community, the moon needed a line in the sand, like a stake in the ground, an offering about the moon.
Yeah, no, it definitely needed to be done. Someone needed to undertake it.
Yeah, yeah, I love the moon. It's a great thing.
It is, and it also has a strong effect on people.
Yeah, sure.
Um, so all these things, I would say, you know, are natural and organic, and they all have a divine purpose, as do we. I think is
Yeah,
the point of this whole thing. People realizing that they do have a purpose, and they are special. They're not
yeah.
an accident.
I used to know this mystic and got a recognition. Even Sienna Miller went to see her, and she said, "You're going to be an actress." Sienna Miller was like, "What do you mean?" And she ended up being one of the world's, most famous actresses. And she's done this with a lot of people, some friends of mine, and everyone. She's sort of said, "This is, I think, this is your life mission." They've all gone, "Yeah, wow, it is." And they've gone off and done it, not because they're passive and looking for someone to give them an answer. But she's basically got into these humans esoterically and told them their life mission, and I've seen it, and I've seen this in action. It's pretty amazing. So people in these sort of 9 to 5 jobs and something they hate, it's just not worth doing. Even it's just not worth it. It's better to
No,
be to have no money, hardly any money, and do something you love.
yeah. I wonder if Patricia Steer has as many problems as I do with technology.
It's another thing. It's like, okay, I live quite basic off grid. It creates a few constraints. It creates not problems, but it creates a few constraints. But I'd rather that than pay some toxic corporation 100 euros a month.
Yeah,
We all have to. We can always make a choice. There's always a choice.
that's what I think. I, I, I think that we can do anything with our lives if we really want to.
Totally.
You just have to make the decision to do it.
Yeah, totally agree.
So,
Yeah, you take baby steps to get there. It's not going to be like you're going to go from A to Z overnight. If you want to get to Z enough, you just okay, how do I get to B? How do I get to C? How do I get to D? You just slowly move your energy.
I'm going to take that advice, Mark, because I'm A to Z person. I might get up one day and say, right, I'm moving to Sweden. So, yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, moving slowly and just plan one step at a time.
Yeah, it's more about you can move your energy into Z, but logistically, maybe like, okay, maybe do B before C, C before D. It's about moving your energy, really. If your energy moves, you're involved in quite a few Facebook groups, aren't you, Zanny?
I am,
You're like
yes,
admin on quite a few groups, yeah?
I do.
You're a tough admin, and you like kicking people every day.
What did you say?
You're a tough admin, and you're kicking people every day.
No, I'm not. I'm really easygoing, and I like to give people uh, a chance because it is difficult to take the information at first for some people. So I let people have a violent reaction, and then if they persistent with that, then they have to go. But I haven't actually ever booted anyone out of a group. I'll leave that to other people. I just you know I'm friendly and monitor things and watch things grow. It's like a little garden for me. Um, yeah, it's like just planting seeds in places and watching it grow. Before the flat Earth movement really exploded on Facebook, I really didn't have anybody to talk to about it, and I hadn't even thought about seeing if there were any groups on Facebook. And somebody just invited me into one.
You there, Zanny? Just had a little bit of an audio thing there.
Yeah, we've been having it the whole time, haven't we?
Yeah, and before the listeners might not know, is we couldn't connect in the Hangout. Like after 4 or 5 attempts, it was very strange. My mouse started moving on its own. But when I go around Matrix Decode's house, his internet goes really slow, just me being there. Very,
That's really, yeah, that's really bizarre.
yeah.
But I usually have a little problem connecting to Google. For some reason, they don't like my hangouts. But not anything like that before, where you couldn't actually get into the call.
Yeah,
And so we've been having a few sound issues, keeps going off every now and again. But I think we've caught most of it, which should be good.
that's good. I'm going to get a VPN this weekend. There's now a lot of very good VPNs out there, free ones. I think it's wise for a lot of people looking at sort of non-mainstream sites to get hold of one of these free VPNs. It makes you anonymous online, moves your IP address to any country you want. I think the VPN thing's a wise thing for people to be doing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I actually did download one, but I'm scared to use it. Because every time I download something, my husband says that I break the computer, so I'm not allowed to download anything or use anything. Can you remember what we were just talking about? My mind's just gone blank. I was just writing things down here. Yeah, the groups that I admin on Facebook, there's the debate group, Flat Earth versus Spherical, and then there's the Flat Earth, which is Bob group, and there's the UK group you're in,
Yeah,
and we've got a UK Flat Earthers Google Plus page as well, and a YouTube channel, but we've just got one video at the moment.
yeah. The Bull v Flat group, that's got like 8,000 people now, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, it's massive.
And there's still like 50, 60 debates a day or something, yeah?
Yeah, it's the busiest group I've ever been in.
Yeah,
I find it difficult to keep up with notifications.
yeah. Is there a bit of a troll infestation or is it okay?
It's kind of well managed, I think.
Yeah. Now they do pending posts, don't they? Approving posts.
Yeah, or the posts have to be relevant to the debate,
Yeah.
and we only accept people that have asked to join, like not people that have been added.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, nice. And the ballers getting mean to death sometimes.
Yeah, that still goes on. Yeah,
It's
I
quite
love
nice.
these. I thought I thought they were called menace for ages.
Yeah. One thing I've been working on recently, I hope to get a video out in the next few weeks, is what I call flat Earth astrology, where it's a little bit different to the regular astrology system because the orbs have changed. For instance, mainstream astrology will look at, I won't call it mainstream, regular astrology, Western astrology will look at Jupiter and Saturn as being very big, and you'll look at the Sun as being massive. That for me is something that's not right. So what I've done in this flat Earth astrology model, I've reduced the Sun to the same size as the Moon, and reduced Jupiter and Saturn to the same size as, say, Venus and all the other planets. And also, I've changed the house system to the equal house system because a lot of house systems in astrology look at the Earth being a sphere. So they all have to go in the bin as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to be hopefully in a couple of weeks have a video out just showing what I believe to be true astrology. I think it might be like the world's first flat Earth astrology
Yeah.
solution. Should be
How
fun.
how do you find that the flat Earth model fits in with older standards? Is there anything that you can keep, or you think you just have to start from scratch?
The flat Earth model with astrology messed me about for a couple of weeks, but no, it does all fit.
Is there anything that makes more sense now?
Yeah, the house system makes much more sense. The aspects are obviously more accurate. It's not big differences. I would say it's like if you grab Western astrology, regular astrology, you're making like 10% change, 7 to 10% change. You are making some changes, but not massive.
Well, the shape of the Earth is pretty big, but
Yeah. But when you look at regular astrology, it actually has the Earth in the middle quite flat. So it's sort of, in an abstract way, astrology does look at the world being flat in a way when you look at planets in signs. But I won't go too technical into astrology because probably a lot of listeners aren't interested. There's just one thing I'm working on. Also, the Rebel Outpost. Obviously, I'm working on that more than anything at the moment.
so you're really giving yourself a full-time job with the flat Earth.
Yeah, it's just it's sort of taken up a lot of my spare time.
So
Well, I don't have a job, so so yeah, it takes up a lot of my time. Which I love, it's like fun, creative, stimulating. Yeah, anti-deception ticks all the boxes. And I've got a whole load of things I want to do with it. I've got some ideas for videos and articles, and yeah. But at the moment, I'm just really enjoying the Rebel Outpost. It's just a lot of fun, just seeing where that goes.
Yeah, the Rebel Outpost is fantastic.
Oh, great. Yeah, it's a shame Matrix isn't here today to have a chat about it as well, but I'm sure he'll listen in at some point.
Yeah, my husband is not even a flat earther, really, only forced into it by me. And he loved the Rebel Outpost. He thought it was great.
That's cool because I think even some people into the full model can still find it quite funny, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even if they're laughing at us and not with us, that's still cool.
uh, Flat Earth Ninja's genius as well.
What the ninja? Yeah, it's very funny. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. But the new character, we're actually filming all day tomorrow, and what we're doing tomorrow, I think is going to be really good. It's going to be really fun. So, if anyone's enjoyed one or two at all, I think three is going to be the best one. Best one so far.
But we can't tell you what's going to happen.
Can't tell ya. Better to be a surprise. More fun. What have you got planned, Danny? Doing some
Me,
more group stuff, doing some more interviews.
yeah, I've got some more hangouts planned. I've not got any confirmed yet, so I'm just chasing some people down. And I really want to work on my Google Plus page because I started creating some files in there, and I've left it for a few weeks now, so I'm going to get back on with that. And that's it. I think I'm going to come to your place for the winter.
Yeah, we only have loads of 6 degrees.
Will that be all right?
There's only loads of 6 degrees where I am, no frost.
I think it will be warmer than here, though. I think it might be about -10 by then.
Yeah.
So,
Ow.
yeah. So that's it, really, and just hopefully grow the Facebook groups.
Yeah, yeah. There's loads now, isn't there? There was like 5 or 10, and now there's like 50, 100.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, so one thing with that though, people are missing out on work because someone publishes something on one group and then other people in another group don't see it.
Yeah,
Kind of disparate, fragmented, I'd say.
yeah, a little bit.
I had an idea a month or two ago, and I spoke to some people, maybe harmonizing and creating like 6 groups, and I just got blown. No one was really into it.
Oh,
I think
well,
it's trying to tame a beast that's impossible to tame.
yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. Let it spread.
Yeah, just let it go wild, and that's okay too.
Because one thing that I have been able to do, because I've been into this for a long time now, is watch this thing grow online over time, and it was growing quite steadily, but not too fast.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, there was just like a tipping point, and now it's growing, it's getting bigger every day, and it's just spreading out. The ripple effect, I suppose.
Yeah, it's really rippling up. I mean,
Um,
there's probably like 1 in 10 people in the Western world know about it. I thought 1 in 20. I don't know. I don't know what the stats are, but there's a lot. It's really growing.
yeah,
And people are starting to write on notes, currency, things like this.
yeah. Research the flat Earth, write on your banknotes.
Yeah.
People have been doing. Yeah, there's quite a bit of activism going on.
Ninja work, yeah? Some ninjas
Yeah,
out
people doing some ninja practice. It's so very good.
there. Yeah, it's all good. Totally good. Yeah, I know there's someone in the UK, Lorne, I think he's got a group of ninjas going out with stickers and things.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Okay, Danny, I'm gonna have some power issues soon, so I'm gonna make a little slope off, I think.
Yeah, that's okay. I
Just
think
give
I
me
think
a
we
minute.
covered everything that I want to talk about. Thank you so much for being in there with me when I was having those technical problems. And
Wonderful. Nice speaking to you.
yeah, I really appreciate that. And I'm so glad that we finally got to speak.
Yeah, sure, and we'll do it again, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. And I think I will be renting your place out sometime.
Cool, yeah, you're more than welcome.
That would be great. So yeah, thank you very much, and we'll speak soon.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, take care now.
Bye bye.
Bye.